Hey folks, it's Masterpiece, and today I have another vintage collection review for you. Today it's going to be Weequay, the Weequay reissue from the Return of the Jedi. This should be VC 104, no, sorry, 107. This is for the anniversary of Return of the Jedi, so the only difference between this one and the regular release of Weequay is that it has the 40th anniversary logo on the top left of the card back. Other than that, I'm expecting this to be pretty much the same as the original release. Same with articulation. Paint apps might be a little different here and there, I'm not too sure. I don't have the original release of Weequay. Turn it around. Those are all the other figures that come in the line. This one did come with a big crease right down here. There's a bunch of veins on the card back, all the way from up here, stretching all the way down to the middle of the card back here. Luckily we're going to open this one, so it really doesn't matter how the card back looks. I just like to have, I like to keep the card backs just because I have a whole stack of them. I like to collect those. But yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so here's Weequay. Here's his vibro staff, or vibro axe, whatever you want to call it. Now this one's a little different from other releases. This has got some sort of like silver paint apps, whereas the other ones have a more darker hue of silver or chrome, so that looks a little different. Next is the pistol, the blaster pistol that it comes with. Pretty basic, nothing too crazy there. And then this is the Weequay. Now Weequay is not his name. Weequay is that's what these aliens are called in the Star Wars universe, is Weequays. Same thing as Hondo Ohnaka. That's probably one of the more popular Weequays that we know about. So we don't actually really know this guy's name. We just know him as Weequay. So as far as paint apps go, compared to the image on the card back, this shirt, the sleeves are more of a gray as opposed to the sleeves on the picture, which look kind of like a light sky blue. Other than that, you can't really compare it too much. There's the back of the figure. You can see his braids coming from the back of his head and stretching all the way to the front. And let's check the articulation on this guy, because it seems a little iffy at best. So, ankle can go up and down, point upwards and point downwards, can move side to side, no rocker ankles. Knee articulation, and just the old swivel hip articulation there. As for the middle of the figure, it can only really move side to side. Arm articulation and elbow. And then wrists. That's about it. It can't really move any other direction. Same with this one, the trigger finger. Oh yeah, it's 2 trigger finger hands. And then for the head, his ponytail doesn't really get in the way. Up and down, excuse me, a little tired. Up and down. Looking mean. So the articulation on this guy might not be the greatest. They literally just did a repack of this figure. I personally think that they should at least do some sort of, I don't know, improvement. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of improvement. Like, they don't have to redo the whole mold of the figure, but, you know, just how they did Shea Vizsla, where they redid the sculpt of the face, because the first release of that was just horrendous. The second release of Shea Vizsla was, or a better head sculpt, if anything, I should say. Not amazing. It still had some of the articulation issues where it was just basically the same figure, just updated face mold. But I would really like Hasbro to do something, like improve one thing. You know, they don't have to give it barbell hips or anything like that. Although I wouldn't mind if they did, but I don't know, they could have probably updated the arm articulation, because that's just horrible. It doesn't even go out. It's just a simple repack, and that's it. I don't think people are going to be going too crazy about this release, other than to, you know, keep it sealed. If you missed the first release of this, then this is definitely going to be a purchase for you. But a background character like this, I don't think is going to sell all that much. I'm glad to have them because I want all of the Jabba's goons that were in the scene of Return of the Jedi when they were at the Sarlacc pit to be there. I have my HasLab, and I'm just trying to recreate it as much as possible. So it's nice to have this guy added to the collection. I think before they announced this figure, I can't remember if it was this one or the Weequay Skiff Master that was extremely overpriced on the secondary market. It might be this one, I'm not sure. But either way, we have this one, so I have it now. Didn't have to pay an arm and a leg to get it, and I'm happy. I like this release. And so I'm going to add him to the barge or the skiff, either one. I only have one skiff though. I need another. So because I only have one skiff and this one's pretty much filled, I need to buy another one and find room for a second skiff. So in the meantime, he's gonna be hanging out right here talking to Hondo. I know that's not accurate, but I have a couple of figures, Cantina figures. There's over there in the back is Bomb Bimden. Let's see who we got over here. That doesn't belong. Snaggletooth is kind of peeking his head over there. So it's not accurate. But I don't care. They're just kind of hanging out in the barge in the meantime.